It was a cold afternoon in Boston. Snow was falling lightly, and the faint hum of cars could be heard on the streets. In the emergency room of St. Mary's Hospital, there was a rush. People were calling out to doctors. Nurses were running around. The wheels of wheelchairs screeched as they turned. In the midst of all this, a stretcher was slowly being brought inside. On it lay a half-dead man, his face pale, eyes sunken, lips dry. His name was Adam. Adam had once been a very strong and confident man, the head of a tech company in New York. But for the past few months, he had been struggling with a serious illness. The doctors had said he had problems with both his heart and lungs. His breaths were coming in broken gasps. The stretcher was brought up to the door of the ICU. The door opened. A doctor came out from inside. There were light wrinkles under her eyes, but a professional calmness on her face. In her white coat, she looked like an angel. Her name was Leah. As soon as Leah saw that patient, her heart started pounding hard. Adam. The same Adam she had once loved so deeply, but circumstances had turned such that they had to get divorced. They hadn't met in 7 years. For Adam, Leah was now just the past. And for Leah, Adam was only a painful memory.
Oh yeah, composed herself. She was the doctor.
The patient, her ex-husband. She gave instructions to the nurses. Increase the oxygen, insert the 4-line, check the vitals. Her voice was cold, but her hands were trembling. Adam looked with blurry eyes. He somehow moved his lips, Leah. The atmosphere of the ICU suddenly became heavy. The nurses went silent. In the silence between Adam and Leah, only the beeping of the monitor could be heard. Leah, becoming professional, said, "You need rest, Adam. We'll talk later." But Adam gave a weak smile. 7 years. And we meet like this. Never thought we would. Leah bowed her head. Her mind went into the lanes of the past, those same cold mornings of New York, when they drank coffee together. Their laughter, their fights, their separation. Everything flashed before her eyes. She stepped out of the room and leaned against a wall in an empty corridor. Her heart was beating fast. The patient was her ex-husband, standing at the edge of death. She was the same woman who had once been his everything. A voice came in Leah's head. "You have to hold yourself together. You are a doctor." But the heart said, "You are not just a doctor. You are also his Leah." Inside the ICU, Adam was lying down. His breaths were heavy, but memories were flooding his mind. 7 years ago, that man was different. Successful in business, but a failure at home. He had lost Leah. Today he was on a hospital bed, and Leah was standing before him as a doctor. By evening, Adam had been stabilized. Leah went to him. She sent the nurses out. In the room, there were only the two of them. Adam said in a faint voice, "Leah, can we talk, maybe for the last time?" Leah looked into his eyes. It's those same blue eyes which had once been her world. She took a deep breath. "Yes, Adam, we can talk." They looked at each other as if time had stopped. 7 years of pain, misunderstandings, regret, all were in that gaze. Leah pulled a chair and sat beside him. "Seeing you like this hurt me a lot. Never thought we would meet like this." Adam gave a light laugh. Life must not have thought so either. That moment was like a scene from a film. A snowy night, a hospital room, a patient and a doctor, and the shadow of their past between them. Leah lightly held his hand. "You should rest now. But if you want, we can talk. Everything." Adam's eyes filled with tears. "Yes, Leah, everything." The hospital room was dimly lit. Outside the window, snow was falling, but inside, another kind of snow had settled between two hearts. Leah sat next to Adam, her hand resting on his. The monitor's beeping played like some kind of music, but the sound of their breaths was even deeper. Adam began softly, "Leah, when you left, I thought I would handle everything. But to tell you the truth, after you left, I broke down. My business meetings, my companies, everything was a facade. At night, I was left alone. The emptiness was so much that I didn't know who to talk to. I never told anyone, but after you left, my mother also passed away. When she went, I realized that the relationships I had taken lightly were the real ones." His voice was trembling. The corners of his eyes had become wet. Leah was silently listening. Adam continued, "I tried many times to call you, wrote messages but couldn't send them. You had chosen a new path for yourself, and I drowned deeper into my ego and pain. Then this illness came. The doctor said maybe it's because of stress. I laughed. I had decided to earn stress myself. Leah took a deep breath. Adam, I wasn't any less broken. People think that after divorce a woman starts a new life. But the truth is that every night before sleeping I thought about why we broke. I never looked at you with hatred. I was just scared. Your anger, your being lost in work, my loneliness. All together broke me. I left you, but the Leah inside me stayed there with you. Adam looked at her. The first time softness appeared in his eyes. Did you ever marry? Leah gave a faint smile. No, I drowned myself in my work. The hospital's patients became my family. I didn't give my heart to anyone. I didn't trust anyone. After separating from you, I made myself a doctor. But I forgot to remain a human. For a while, silence hung in the room. Outside, the snow had grown heavier. Adam said in a low voice, Leah, I wish we had talked back then, understood each other. Leah cut him off. Yes, Adam, I wish, but neither of us tried. I ran away, you stayed in your ego. We both lost. She held Adam's hand tighter. But today you're my patient, and I'm your doctor. And maybe, for the first time, we're truly face to face. Without any masks, tears flowed from Adam's eyes. Leah, if these are the last days of my life, I want to tell you that I always loved you. I never blamed you. I just lost to myself. Leah's eyes filled as well. Adam, I wanted to say the same thing. I still remember you. I never forgave you because I felt it was my fault. But today, it feels like it was our mistake. Not just one person's. They both went quiet. The monitor's beep played in rhythm. Leah said softly, Adam, it's still not too late. You can get better. The illness isn't just of the body, it's of the mind too. We both have to heal. Adam squeezed her hand. Holding your hand makes me feel I'm still alive. Leah, you're my last hope. Leah tried to smile. I'll heal you. I'll help you in any way possible. Whatever happens after today, I won't leave you alone. Their conversation slowly turned from confession to prayer. They continued opening up the wounds of their past, their childhood stories, memories of their parents, the breaking of their dreams, and their hopes. Leah told him how she worked nights in the hospital to study, how she became a doctor one day but always remained lonely inside. Adam told her how he made his career so big that he lost relationships, how he lost his mother, how his heart slowly became sick. The air in the room was heavy but somehow light too, as if some burden was lifting. For the first time, they both felt that broken people can also mend each other if there's forgiveness in the heart. Night deepened. Leah gave Adam his medicines, stroked his head. Now sleep, Adam. Tomorrow will be a new day. Adam closed his eyes. Tomorrow will be a new day. It's with you outside. The snow had stopped. The next morning, soft sunlight spread over Boston. After a night of snowfall, the streets were covered in a white sheet. Sunlight was streaming in through the hospital room's window. Adam's eyes opened. He felt a little lighter than before. His body was still weak, but there was a strange warmth in his heart. Leah was still sitting on that same chair, her eyes closed, but her hands still resting on Adam's. Perhaps she had stayed there all night. Adam said softly, Leah. Leah woke with a start. Adam, you're awake. Adam tried to smile. You were here all night? Leah nodded. Yes, as a doctor. And maybe as Leah too. There was gratitude in Adam's eyes. Thank you. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm going to get better. Leah gave a faint smile. You will get better. Medicine, treatment, and hope. All three are with you now. Between them was a new silence, no longer a silence of burden, but of a new beginning. Over the next few days, Adam's condition slowly began to improve. Now, Leah stayed with him all the time. Sometimes she gave him his medicines, sometimes had soup made for him, sometimes just sat next to him and read. They talked about the old days, laughed, sometimes cried. One day Adam said, Leah, I earned a lot of money through my business, but I never thought about helping someone else with it. Now I think if I stay alive, I want to change something. Not just for myself, but for others too. Leah looked into his eyes. Hearing you say that makes me happy. You can change, Adam. Maybe this illness was a signal for you and I'm with you, Adam. Took her hand. Leah, will you stay with me? Whether I stand on my feet again or not, whether my company remains or not, Leah replied without hesitation, yes. But this time not just as a wife. As a companion, as a friend, who will do something good together. In their eyes was a new dream. During Adam's recovery, the two of them made a plan together to start a fund for those hospital patients who had no money for treatment. Adam had contacts, Leah had medical knowledge. Together they decided that as soon as he was discharged, they would begin this work. Slowly, Adam began to walk again. During physiotherapy, Leah encouraged him. You can do it, Adam. Just one more step. Adam laughed. There's magic in your voice. Every pain becomes lighter. One evening, as Adam was walking down the corridor with the help of a walker, the hospital's little children were watching him. They were the same children whose parents had come for treatment. Adam went to them. Hello, kids! The children laughed and said, Hi, Uncle. Leah saw the same innocent smile had returned to Adam's face that she had seen years ago. The man who had once been immersed only in his career was now learning to live for others. That night, Adam said to Leah, I'm thinking, once I'm discharged, I'll build a charity wing in this hospital, where those patients who can't afford treatment will be treated free. Will you help me? Leah, holding his hand, said. I'm with you, Adam. This won't just be your dream. It will be ours. Days passed. Adam's health kept improving. His respect for Leah deepened. Leah, too, slowly began to come out of her old fears, anger, and loneliness. They were no longer just victims of their past, but builders of a future. One night, looking out the window, Adam said, Leah, we wasted so much time. But maybe we needed that time to reach this understanding. Today, I feel a different person inside me. Leah smiled and said, Me too. For the first time, I feel that my profession, my heart, and my past are moving in the same direction. The two of them decided that after discharge, they would name the fund Hope Again, so that every person who had lost could find hope once more. Outside, the snow had begun to melt. The season was changing. So were Adam and Leah's hearts. Spring had arrived after Boston's harsh winter. Buds had appeared on the trees and gentle sunlight danced across the streets. Adam had finally been discharged from the hospital. His body was still weak, but inside him was a new energy. Leah was by his side not just as a doctor, not just as his former wife, but as a companion, a friend, and a partner in a mission. The two had invited the press to the hospital's conference hall to announce the launch of Hope Again. Small media outlets, few social workers, and the hospital staff were all present. Adam took the microphone. I'm Adam. He began softly but firmly. Once, I made a lot of money, but I never understood what real wealth meant. When I was lying in this hospital bed, I realized how fragile life is. At that time, I had a doctor. Dr. Leah, who wasn't just my doctor, but also my former partner. Today, I stand here with her. Together, we've decided to start Hope Again. This will be a fund for patients who can't afford treatment. The room erupted in applause. Leah stepped forward and said, Our past may have been broken, but we want to use our present to rebuild the future for others. Hope Again won't just be a fund. It will be a movement so that no one is denied treatment because of money. After this announcement, many of Boston's prominent business leaders and medical professionals came forward to support them. Within months, Hope Again became a dedicated wing of the hospital. It offered free treatment, counseling, and rehabilitation facilities for underprivileged patients. Adam and Leah came there every weekend. Adam used his contacts to raise donations while Leah treated patients. Their faces carried the same glow they once had in their love, but now that glow was deeper rooted in helping others. One day, at a Hope Again opening event, a little girl arrived. Her father, a factory worker, needed heart surgery. Adam personally reviewed the case, and Leah performed the treatment. The man recovered. His daughter touched Adam and Leah's feet and said, You both are angels. Adam's eyes welled up. He looked at Leah. She whispered, Remember, Adam? Once we dreamed of being someone's angels. Adam smiled. No, but life gave us this chance. This time we won't waste it. Hope Again slowly became an international initiative. Hospitals in other cities began adopting its model. The media dubbed Adam and Leah's journey the broken couple who healed a society. One evening, Adam and Leah sat in the hospital garden where it had all begun. The sun was setting. The sky was orange. Adam asked Leah, Do you think we were too late? Leah smiled. No, Adam, it's never too late. We're here now, and we've given hope to so many. That's enough. Adam held her hand. Leah, I've lost so much, but today it feels like I've gained everything. Money, success, those were illusions. The real victory is that, even in our brokenness, we've been able to heal others. Leah met his gaze. Yes, Adam, and that S, the real message of our story-broken relationships can mend society, if they rebuilt on forgiveness and service. That moment was profound. No cameras, no media, just to people who had turned their pain into strength. Adam spoke softly. I want to marry you again, but this time our bond won't be called marriage. It will be called together. Will you stay with me, Leah? Tears filled Leah's eyes. She nodded. Yes, Adam. This time, just together. The sun had fully set. A gentle breeze moved through the garden. They sat quietly, with no promises, no conditions, just a shared dream. Their story was no longer theirs alone. It belonged to everyone who had seen pain, brokenness, but still risen again. Hope again. Had created a new wave in the city, the country, and the world. Years later, when Adam and Leah looked back on their journey, they realized their greatest investment had not been money, but compassion. If life breaks relationships, if circumstances fall apart, a person can still turn their pain into light for others. Forgiveness, service, and hope, these are the real cures. Friends, if this story has touched your heart, then definitely share it with others. Like, share, and comment, and yes, do not forget to subscribe to the channel to hear more such heart-touching stories. Your one small click gives us the strength to create more such stories.